The following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for the 2022 Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, and the Ramkota.
Howard to the faceoff circle, pass in front for Greasy, scores! Howard with a good pass, and Ashton Grease, his 15th of the year.
The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Hockey Headquarters, and the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce. And also by Becky Potsuba, State Farm Insurance, Hermanson Endodontics, Sunmasters of Pierre, and the University of Jamestown.
And here comes Max Moore in on a break. He scores! Max Moore makes it 2-1 with 4:50 to play in the first period.
14th goal for Moore on the
Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, Renke Gray Wealth Management, the Fieldhouse of Pierre, and Kubota.
Brookings Rangers have all got their helmets unhinged. They're ready to throw it in celebration. Down to 5 seconds. For the first time since 2017, the Brookings Rangers are state champions of South Dakota.
Now let's join John Winkler, Jeff Anderson, and Jim Lloyd for the call.
And a good morning as we welcome you here to day number 2 of the state varsity tournament. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd. And we have 4 games on tap for you. All 4 games here again today. And we start with our consolation bracket first. And our first game, Sioux Falls 2 and Sioux Center, the 6 versus 7 seed. Sioux Center, the 6 seed. They lost yesterday in a heartbreaker in overtime, 4-3 to Sioux Falls 1. Brookings and Sioux Falls 2. Not much of a contest after the first period, as it was a 4-0 lead for Brookings. They end up winning 7-0 and rolling into the state semifinal. 2 teams that are coming in a little bit different perspective coming into this game. And Jeff, I'll start with you. Again, 2 teams are just going to come in here. One had a heartbreaker last night. The other kind of probably had a chance to really regather themselves a little bit quicker in Sioux Falls 2 after their loss.
Well, and what's interesting about these 2 teams is I look at them and they look like they'd be a pretty even Steven matchup, and yet Sioux Falls has lost to Sioux Center twice this year. And Sioux Center's program has come a long way, of course, from when they used to be just kind of the also-rans, if you will, of the hockey thing. But Sioux Center's got a pretty good team, pretty good balance, and I don't think this Sioux Falls 2 team's a bad team.
No, absolutely not. And
yeah.
we'll see Cole Langston in that here for Sioux Falls 2. But this Sioux Falls 2 team, I mean, we talked about it yesterday, Jim, that there's a lot of kids from a lot of different schools. So you get a large pool to choose from. And yet Sioux Falls 2 right now, the 7th seed, that also can tell you how deep of a tournament this is.
Well, yeah, it is a deep tournament, but you look at the Sioux Falls 2 team, they can go 4 lines. And if you can go 4 lines in this tournament or all year long, you're a pretty good team. I think the Sioux Falls 2 team, they ran into a buzzsaw yesterday, but this Sioux Falls 2 team is pretty good. They've played really good hockey at times this year.
And some of their wins, they shut out the Hawaii Capitals, who are in the state semifinals later on here tonight. They picked up that win over them, 2-0. They had a stretch of wins over Watertown, Mitchell, Yankton, Hawaii. They had a 5-game winning streak going in. In 6 of the last 7, they kind of started to win games that they're supposed to. Early on, they played a couple teams, and of course Sioux Center, one of those teams that they played early on the season. Sioux Center then beat them late in the season. But this is a team that if they get hot, they're going to be a pretty dangerous team. Obviously, there's only 2 games left to go, and the best they can do is 5th place. But they're a team that if they get rolling, they can get rolling.
Well, and if you look at this Sioux Falls 2 team, there is basically 1 senior, I think, on the whole team.
There's 3.
3?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, Cooper.
And, and then everybody else is sophomore, freshman. They're going to be a good team.
Yeah.
In the future. I suppose what will happen is they'll be good in a year or two and they'll stick them on Sioux Falls 1, and maybe that's how that works in Sioux Falls. I'm not sure, but they've got there's some potential there with the youngsters that they have and some good players. This could be, if they kept it all together. You'll remember last year, Sioux Falls 2 was actually above Sioux Falls 1.
Yeah, and of course, the Sioux Falls 2 team is now Sioux Falls 1 this year.
Yeah.
But that you're playing here these last 2 games, and of course you're not guaranteed to play on Sunday. You have to win here today, but you're playing these last game today and hopefully tomorrow for your seniors.
Yeah.
You can't win a state championship anymore, and obviously 5th place is still a good spot to be at, especially for these 2 teams who are below the 5th seed. One of these teams tomorrow will have a chance to finish a tournament above their seeding, but you're playing for your seniors. You want them to go out with wins. You don't like to end your career, especially in a tournament like this. You don't want to end your career with a loss. You want to find a way to get a win for those seniors.
Well, all the practices you've had from way back when, and some of the goofy times and all the games, everything else you play to get to a state tournament. So have a good time while you're here.
Yeah,
and now with not having the pressure on you to get to that, why not have a good time?
Right, because and this Sioux Center team played their guts out yesterday. They were inches and seconds away from picking up a win. They went to nearly the end of the first overtime by the time that Sioux Falls ended up getting a win. But that also, yes, they had over 24 hours after their game to now come back here today. But this is a game where the emotions of yesterday could pour into a game like this. And it could be the benefit of Sioux Falls, too, because Sioux Center was heartbroken yesterday, and they might they're high school kids. It's hard to come back after a loss like that and play the next day.
Well, and the Sioux Center team, they surely didn't play like a 6th seed yesterday.
No.
They didn't look like a 6th seed. And I think this Sioux Center Storm program as a whole has arrived. They're the youngest program in the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association, but they've arrived. There was a long time there where they struggled. They were building a program, but they're here to stay now, and they're going to continue to get better and better as a program.
You also talked a little bit about playing with emotion, things like that. I think in a game like this, you'll get about 2 minutes into the first period, and they'll totally forget about any other games they've played. That's where their concentration is, and they'll forget about being tired.
You just got to remember, though, after the first 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes can be a big difference in a hockey game, especially in a game like this. That's the first game of our day. Our second game will be the 8-seed Watertown Lakers against the Aberdeen Cougars. That 5-8 matchup, that's scheduled for 2:05. Then at 4:35, it's our first of 2 state championship semifinals. Brookings and Sioux Falls 2, the 2-3 matchup. And there's some controversy and there's some potential injuries that could leave guys off the bench and out of off the ice going into that game. And then also the final game of the day at 7:05, it's the top seed Rushmore looking to remain undefeated going into the state championship as they'll take on the 4 seed, the Owyhee Capitals. And we'll have that one. We'll have all 4 games for you here on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. It is the Sioux Center Storm and the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. Our first game of 4 today. They'll be coming up here in just a couple minutes. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have that puck drop for you. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Owyhee Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today. The Ram Coda in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ram Coda is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ram Coda has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ram Coda in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. And we welcome you back here as we continue our pregame show and into the game 1 of 4 today. As the referees are making their way out, we'll have those nets put on their moorings. We're going to have the Sioux Center Storm and the Sioux Falls Flyers here in a game 1 of 4 today. The 6 versus 7 matchup. Sioux Center, the 6 seed, they're going to be wearing their home white jerseys. Sioux Falls 2, the 7 seed, they will be wearing their road jerseys. And unless it's the 7-8 matchup in the Consolation Championship tomorrow, they will not be wearing their home jerseys tomorrow even if they get a win. Obviously, Watertown would have to get that win. Watertown came here. You always bring your home jerseys. You always bring both jerseys. That's a rule growing up, is to always have both jerseys with you. Well, Watertown's not going to be wearing either. They're not going to be wearing their home jersey at all this weekend.
Well, so long as they know where they're sticking to cancer jerseys, I'm fine.
That's true.
Those are really well-designed jerseys,
Oh, yeah.
except for the number.
Except
It's the only
for
thing
the
that's
number.
wrong.
They're well-designed jerseys except for when the broadcasters have to look at the jerseys.
Yeah, that's right.
Then it turns into not so well.
We tend to be very critical of jerseys.
Yes.
It seems like, and we want those big, bold numbers and as many numbers on that jersey as you can get.
Yes.
We love and of course we don't really want to talk bad about jerseys a lot, but the Huron black jerseys were one of my least favorite too, because they had the black numbers and the red outline of the numbers.
Yes.
So I say this kindly if anybody from Huron is listening. And they're probably going to next year when the Capitals play the Huron All-Stars, they're probably going to wear those jerseys both times.
Just for you.
Yeah, just for me. Let's say, please don't wear those jerseys when the Capitals and Huron All-Stars play. And black jerseys are one of my favorite jerseys. Give them white numbers. Make them white numbers. That's all you got to do. And I think they would be the most fantastic jerseys in the state.
Yeah. The other thing I like is Watertown has their numbers on their breezer covers.
Yeah.
So that's nice too.
That turns out to be very, very handy.
We like numbers, lots of them.
One time I had the opportunity to do an all-star basketball game up in Waverly, and they didn't have uniforms, so the kids all wore white shirts, and they literally came through with a marker and wrote the numbers on like that.
That
We had
sounds
fun.
That's old school.
Yeah.
that is. I can't say that hasn't happened before.
Sioux Falls too has the dark jerseys with the big orange bold numbers. Those are nice.
Those are very nice to read. Sioux Center got the same way. The white jerseys and the blue numbers. We like those.
That's Sioux Center's nicest jerseys that they have, are the white ones.
We're giving you the insight into broadcasters and what we like and don't like here.
It's Jersey 101.
That's right.
That's right.
We will throw it down the PA for the introduction of the starting lineups and our national anthem.
Consolation bracket game 1 featuring the visiting team on the scoreboard. Sioux Falls Flyers varsity 2. Taking on the home team on the scoreboard, Sioux Center Storm. Let's meet the players for both of our teams. First for the Flyers. Starting lineup, starting at forward, number 9, Carson Clark. At forward, number 13, Camden Punto. Forward, number 45, Mason Schramm. On defense, number 60, Easton Beavers. On defense, number 65, Carter Hansen. And in goal for the Flyers, number 70, Cole Langston. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Sioux Center Storm. Starting at forward, number 20, Tegan Goldman. At forward, number 23, Lucas Van Berkel. At forward, number 25, Brady Dubin. On defense, number 16, Aiden DeYager. And on defense, number 22, Case Vandenhoos. In goal for Sioux Center, number 33, Christian Richards. Officials for today's game, as assigned by the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association, are as follows. Your referees are Shane Van Dies and Jordan Sterrett. Linesmen, Adam Koenig and Brad Scheck. Off-ice officials for today's game are brought to you by the South Sioux Falls Stampede. Under the direction of our director, Mr. Doug Kane, who will be on scoreboard today, also including our penalty box operators, Chris Arns and Paul Lebra. Doing live scoring is Josh Frock. My name is Randy Preston. I'll be keeping the score sheet and running music and PA. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if we can have you please stand and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Playing today are Declan MacArthur and Bruce Shannon from the group Great Solace.
All ready to go here for the first period in our first game of 4 today. All 4 games here on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd. We have 2 different goalies than we had yesterday.
Yeah.
It is Christian Richards against Cole Langston in net. Richards with just 1 win so far on the season. He's 1-0 with a 2.29 goals against average, a .917 save percentage. He's given up 5 goals on 55 saves this entire season. Cole Langston, he comes in the entire season at 5-9-1. Everybody look at a better spot to see what he has. He had 4-7 during the regular season, 3.89 goals against average, and 884 save percentage, and he has 2 shutouts on the season. So we are ready to roll here in game number 1 of 4 today. All here on the Capital City Rock, KSTR, KKQQ, and available to watch on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. It is going to be Mason Schramm going up against Lucas Van Berkel for the opening faceoff. And we are underway here on day 2 of the 2022 Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament. Sioux Center Storm moving from right to left. Referee's already blown a tire as coming into the zone. It's loose into the slots, and it moves to the near side corner. And then the referee, as one of the Carson Clark fell down, and he looks at the referee, throws his hands up in the air. Say, "You tripped me, ref." Call penalty on yourself. As he dumps that back in, it was dumped in by Vinny Enos. He said it, the PA guy said it, and I screwed it up already. And there's Aiden DeJager blowing a tire. We got to relace the skates here pretty soon. Had a little bit of struggle. A couple of different guys, even the referees. Here is a pass for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers as they start to make a quick change. Luke Myers was in net for Sioux Center yesterday and had himself a heck of a hockey game, but ended up being on the losing side of an overtime loss, 4-3.
There goes a stick.
We got a hockey headquarters loose stick. It might find its way sliding over to hockey headquarters. There's a delayed offside. And we will get a whistle. And with 15:54 left to go, that whistle didn't sound. It sounds like that whistle needs to wake up too.
Maybe frozen.
And now the referee, he's going to go carry that sticker out. He's going to, nope, anybody?
Somebody's missing a stick. Whose is it?
Hockey headquarters. We're going to take that over there.
It's a valuable tool.
Might need that later on in the game. Here's a face-off that's won by Sioux Falls 2. They'll play it off the boards, and moving in is going to be Sam Solly. And it'll be turned over, picked off by Creed Waring, but it's held in by the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. There's a shot from the side, and Richards made the save. Out to the blue line, it's going to be held in by Nick Olson. With 15:28 to go here in the first period, Sioux Center will escape the zone. Judah Bart moves it in onside along with Isaac Bart, but then it comes right back out to the zone and dumped right back in by Dawson Lusing. Didn't say his name. I don't know if he even said his name at all yesterday. There's a pass that goes off the referee. Backhander to the front of the net, but off the stick of Langston. We've had a little bit of some early struggles. It's 11:40 right now. That's dumped in by Sioux Falls 2. It's 11:40, but both these teams and the referees, and we can probably say ourselves too, look, they're asleep. Here's a chance in front. There's a shot that goes wide. It was a turnover, and standing in front was Marcus Hulling, but he shot it wide to the far side, looking for that far post, to the stick side of Richards. There's an icing that's going to come up. We get a whistle with 14:39 to go here in the first period. See if we can get everybody to wake up a little bit here. It feels, time changes tomorrow.
Yeah.
5 o'clock games at 9 a.m. We're playing at 11:41 right now, which is the time of our second game yesterday. But we've had a little bit of a struggle to get things going here. 2.5 minutes nearly in. Sioux Falls 2 wins the faceoff. Pass to the front of the net. Hauling again. A backhander save made by Richards. He's awake. That was a great save there by Richards.
And he's way out.
Back to the point. Dragging it along. There's a shot that goes off the blocker and up into the netting and out of play. And actually, I think it went over the top of the netting and went out of play. As that one came from Nick Olson again. Actually, no, that came from Carter Hansen.
Well away from the crease.
Hansen and
Richards.
Hansen and Beavers are that line that started on the fence for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers here today. This one we picked up by Keegan Clancy. Comes out in front, and Richards is there to make another save. 4 saves already here for Christian Richards, who is being tested early. We saw this kind of yesterday, although Sioux Falls 1 scored right away. Sioux Falls 2 did not. That it took a little while for Sioux Center to get into the hockey game. And once they finally got into that hockey game, things were in pretty good shape there for Sioux Center for a while. This one is taken here by the Sioux Center Storm. Pass up ahead, touched along to Grady Duden. Duden trying to get it back across, but it was knocked off the skate, held in at the blue line by Vinny Henhouse, and it's now out the other way for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. Good check on the far side boards. DeJager was knocked away from the puck. There's another big check. And moving in is DeJager with Van Berkel and Duden. Pass goes to Duden. Couldn't get a shot away, though. Carson Clark trying to seal it off. Trying to come in front of the nets. That was Lucas Van Berkel. Langston has lost his goal stick. Out the blue line. It is held in for a moment, and now it's going the other way. Here for Sioux Falls 2. 3-on-2 hit. Carson Clark trying to get a pass back, but a good sliding job there by Isaac Bart to break it up. And now it's back here the other way. That's who Creed Waring. He's going to jump up 3-on-2 now into the zone. Lucas Van Berkel, he gets pushed off the puck. He stands up. The Sioux Falls 2 player falls down, and now it's got out to the blue line. Mason Tram couldn't win the race to it. Where now Waring will play it around to the far side boards, and it's flipped out of the zone. 4-0 in shots right now, 0-0 score with 12:55 to go in the first period. Isaac Bart tries to play to the blue line. It's going to be moved in here by Tegan Dolman. And it's around on the far side. Out by Sioux Falls 2. Tape-to-tape passing hasn't been there for either team so far. Reese MacArthur up to the far side. That pass is nearly intercepted by Lusink. And then Lusink had miscommunication with Judah Bart, so it's picked up by Sioux Falls 2. It's played here, Cooper Gehring, one of the 3 seniors for Sioux Falls 2. His backhander goes off of a skate. It's picked back up here by Sioux Falls 2. And from behind the net, Dirk Fornwald was playing it up. And a battle on the far side boards is now cleared away by Sioux Center. Judah Bartz, that pass to Isaac Bart. It is offside, and we get a whistle with 12:06 left to go here in the first period. No scoring quite yet.
Should have the cobwebs out by now.
They know each other well.
They played early on in the season and right towards the end of the regular season for both these teams. Moving into the zone is Sioux Falls 2. Good stick as Keegan Clancy lost the puck off of his stick, and it's now grabbed by Sioux Center. As Isaac Bart stopped at the blue line, puck went back to the red line, dumped in, and the delayed offside where Sioux Center is able to tag back up. But Sioux Falls 2 exit the zone cleanly, and now Clancy moves back in. Clancy on his off wing, on his backhand, pass to the front. A fanned on one-time chance, and another opportunity was blocked in front. Never got to the net. There's a Clancy, another pass. That one's loose in front, and then it's cleared away by Sioux Falls, by Sioux Center, and it is iced by the Sioux Center Storm with 11:26 to go. So with 11:26, again, still 4-0 in shots in favor of the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers.
Pretty good crowd today, John.
It is a good crowd, and this is for the Consolation first game, Consolation semifinals. You know, I imagine what the crowd will look like here in about 2 games when we get our first of 2 state semifinal games. Here's Sioux Falls 2 for the faceoff, down a shot, and that one was blocked up by Richards. Mason Raisler had that opportunity. There's a shot for the blue line just off of the stick of Vinny Henhouse, and it's played back in the far side or near side corner. 11 minutes to go here in the first period. That puck comes free, and it's picked up by Halling, and his pass is broken up and grabbed by Sioux Center. Into the zone, offside again. We get another offside, and Sioux Center is a guilty one of that one. With 10:50 left to go here in the first period. Not a whole lot of ebb and flows to this game right now. Face off. It'll be controlled away from Lucas Van Berkel, but Sioux Center will get it back. Dolman will dump it in. All the way around, Langston comes out to play it, touches it along. Grady Duden got to it there. And Lucas Van Berkel into the far side corner. He picks off a pass up towards the top of the zone. Then it's grabbed out in front, no shot attempts. Falling to the ice and knocking the net off his moorings as the puck rolls in on Langston. And they call it a shot on goal. And I'm not saying I could stand up in net, but I could have made that save. That will be Cole Langston's easiest save of the game, if that's truly a save. Because all I had to do was just fall down the ice, and I was going to stop that one.
Sioux Center Storm player ended up on the back of the net.
Face-off will be to the left of Langston. 10:29 to go here in the first period. It's won by Sioux Center. There's a shot from Lusing. Glove save made by Langston. I would not have made that save. That was much more difficult. It was going wide, but Langston was able to get a glove to it. 10:23 left to go here in the first period. Just want to make sure that I'm not trying to say that I am would be a good hockey goalie, because I would not.
I wouldn't be a good skater. I can't skate backwards.
I would be a good skater, just can't skate. As it's out of the zone, Green wearing a pass goes across. It's flipped back up to the blue line of Sioux Center, but then taken by Grady Duden. Duden in. Pass goes to the slot. That one misses. Looking for Dolman. And it's Carson Clark that escapes the zone for Sioux Falls 2. And then Clark runs into Waring, and we get a whistle. And it will be.
That looked a lot like a cross
check. And the referee said it, and then he kind of, I'm not really sure, cross check. So he gets called for that cross check, and with 10 minutes to go in the first period, it will be our first Pelican Power Sports power play as Clark is in the box for those 2 minutes for cross check. And Sioux Center looking to take advantage of the power play. They were able to yesterday. They looked really, really good yesterday on the power play. They didn't score every single time, but every time they had the power play, they looked very, very good.
23% on the year.
That would be cleared away by Sioux Falls 2 all the way down. 9:40 left to go here in the first period. 20 seconds gone by of this power play. Grady doing the pass, trying to lead one forward. Picked up by Van Berkel. Van Berkel moves into the backhand. Save is made. The rebound is flipped wide. Good save there by Langston. It's still picked up by Sioux Center. Pass goes around the boards. That was a good, patient play there by Lusing. And now Lucas Van Berkel trying to push it along. Actually, that was Easton Vandenberg. And now we get another penalty coming up. And it will finally get the penalty, and we'll see what it is. It's an interference call against Sioux Falls 2. And so it's now going to be a 5-on-3 for at least a minute, or for at most a minute 12 seconds. As it will be Carter Hansen in the box for an interference. So it's gone from bad to worse right now in this penalty kill for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. 5-on-3 for a minute 12. That's a long time for the Sioux Center Storm power play to get to work. But the best thing that Sioux Falls 2 did just right there was win the faceoff and clear the puck down the zone. All the way back from the Sioux Center end. 9 minutes to play in the first period. DeJager moves in. DeJager stands at the faceoff circle. Finn one time. There's another chance. They score! Sioux Center strikes first with 8:50 to go in the first period. A 5-on-3 power play goal, and there's still a minute 38 seconds left to go in the next power play. I believe it's going to be Vandenberg that gets it. Easton Vandenberg will score that first goal of the game. 5-on-3 for Sioux Center.
Pretty difficult when you're 5-on-3. There makes a lot of openings, a lot of passing lanes.
So Vandenberg, who had 2 goals yesterday, has the first one here today, and it's still 5-on-4 for a minute 38 or less. With 8:50 to go in the first period. Sioux Center was outshot in the first 5 shots of the game. It was 5-0 in shots. But Sioux Center's got the last 3 shots, and more importantly, they have the 1 goal right now. As it's played up here by the Sioux Center Storm. DeJager gets the only assist on that goal, on the 5-on-3 power play goal. Dolman lost the puck. It's chipped off the boards and out of the zone. Sioux Falls thinking shorthanded, but offside will be called against the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. With 8:21 to go here in the first period. Face-off will be coming just outside of the Sioux Center blue line. And Sioux Center has just 4 guys out on the ice. Oh, no, they do have a 5th guy. He's all the way on the far side of the ice.
That's the old football trick, right? Where you stand next to the coach and all of a sudden you're open.
And Sioux Center gave it away, too, because one of the players, DeJager, was saying, we need a 5th guy. They said, no, he's out there. You got to turn around. And then Sioux Falls saw him over there. Lucas Van Berkel plays it across as Sioux Center has entered the zone on the power play. There's a one-time chance. A save is made by Langston. Just got the right pad out there. Flexed it out and made the save. That pass is intercepted by the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. And out of the zone it comes.
Smoot.
And Smoot will bring it in, looking to go short-handed. That one will be played over to Mason Schramm on the far side. Grady Duden here for Sioux Center. Takes it back over. They move it in, does Duden. Leaves it back, picked up, high slot for Isaac Bart. Trying to pass it across, but it's going to be knocked away by Sioux Falls 2. And finally, at the blue line, eventually cleared. And it's back for Schramm another time. Schramm moves around one man, looking to get to the front of the net. Cam Ponto was standing there, but couldn't get the pass over. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Pass for Duden. Duden with a shot, and Langston made the save. Easton Vandenberg was right across from him, looking for a one-timer. But with 7:18 left to go here in the first period, 7 seconds left to go on the Carter Hansen minor penalty. Sioux Center has a 1-0 lead. Face off to the left of Cole Langston. It'll be one here by Sioux Center. Pass out to the blue line. That will come out of the zone as it will be played here by the Sioux Center Storm. Still with it. 5-on-5 hockey now with 7:03 left to go here in the first period. That pass over for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. It's going to be picked up by Beavers. Beavers, the pass goes across. There's a shot, and Richards makes the save. Christian Richards, he's made the save. I mean, this is, 6 shots now against him. So that was just his 61st shot that he's seen all season.
Yeah.
And he won his one game. I don't know if that meant that he, and I didn't see what game it was, so I don't know if he actually had 55 shots against him in that win.
If you notice, he plays a little bit on the top side of the crease. He plays out a little farther than a lot of goalies do.
Dolman throws it to the net, but it was off of a stick, so it goes well wide. It'll be played back out of the zone by the Sioux Falls Flyers. The puck was loose. It's finally dumped in by Sioux Falls. And racing after it, picking up is Graydon Van Essen. And it's loose still. Boy, that puck, they got to put some butter or something on there. It just doesn't want to stay on anybody's stick, and it's been bouncing around all period. That pass, that one's off of another stick. It's picked back up. Pass to the slot will be broken up here by the Sioux Center Storm. And the Storm escape into the neutral zone. Pass from the Flyers gets picked off and right back for Sioux Center. Lucas Van Berkel with a shot up high, and it was tipped by Langston, and it goes in the netting, so we get a whistle and an offensive zone face-off here for Sioux Center. 5:48 to go here in the first period. 1-0 is their score. Jeff, like you said, a good crowd here early on.
Yes.
Our first game of 4 today here at the Shields Iceplex. Day 2 of 3. 2 teams, the next 2 games, 2 of these teams will be going home. And the 2 winners will play for 5th place tomorrow morning in our first game. Here's Sioux Center with the lead. A shot and a save made by Langston off the glove, but he couldn't catch it cleanly to get a whistle. And now it's back out the other way for Sioux Falls 2. Marcus Halling, he'll try and stop and start, but his toe drag move didn't work. And now the Sioux Center Storm trying to dump it in. It goes off of Lusink. It started to go all the way down. This one's off of a couple of gloves, and now it's picked back up by Halling. Good back check and offside against Sioux Falls 2. A good back check by Easton Vandenberg, the goal scorer right now in this hockey game, with 5:05 left to go in the first period. A face-off is dropped and won by Sioux Center. DeJager, a pass up. And there's a big check. Thrown off to the side by Carson Clark. There's a shot towards the slots area, but it was picked up by Trick Smoot. Here's Sioux Falls looking to break out. That pass goes off the boards, missed everybody, looking for Carson Clark on a breakout pass, and it goes for an icing with 4:40 left to go here in the first period. 6-6 in shots. 1-0. Easton Vandenberg from Aiden DeJager. The only goal of the game so far. Face-off is going to be won by Sioux Center. DeJager leaves it for Duden. Duden swings into the zone. Moves around but can't get the shot away because the puck rolled in on net before he got back to it. Langston stopped it and got the whistle with 4:28 to go here in the first period. And again, a faceoff will be coming to the right of Langston, who is slapping the glove to the front of his helmet. Faceoff is won by Sioux Falls. A hand pass, yep, that was a hand pass that'll be called, and it'll be a faceoff outside the zone now. Langston was taking his glove and was hitting the front of his face mask. I don't know if it was to get him fired up. Maybe he wanted to smell something bad. So thought maybe the glove smelled bad. That'll wake you up. Those stinky leather mitts. Here's a loose puck that's picked up by Duden. Carson Clark, good back check, but Duden picks it back up. He's got two different defenders around him, and now it'll be picked up, and then Grady Duden runs into Carson Clark, and there's a puck that goes off of Langston out of play, and I'm very shocked to see that Duden didn't pick up a penalty for an interference, because he came around the net and ran over Carson Clark, and you could see it was pretty obvious, and the referee standing right behind it, but it was unnoticed by either official, as it will be played here by the Sioux Center Storm, Lucas Van Berkel. They'll circle around outside the face-off dot, and then he throws a reverse hit, and now we get a whistle from the referee out in the neutral zone. Gets called for an elbow, does Lucas Van Berkel. And Lucas Van Berkel will go to the penalty box, so we'll have our first Pelican Power Sports power play for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. 3:49 left to go here in the first period.
26% on their power play this year.
Face-off will be controlled by Sioux Center as it's played around.
Which was fourth best in the league.
So it'll be out of the zone. Played back here in the neutral zone by the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. There's a big check and nearly could have resulted in another penalty by Sioux Center. But instead, Mason Schramm now will pick it up. It goes into the zone. Pass here to the near side. Goes back around. Dirk Fornwald lets it go. Picked up by Sioux Falls 2 still. Out to the blue line, walking across the line. Schramm with the touch pass. Good puck movement here by Sioux Falls 2 as they'll play it back here to the near side again with 3:05 to go. Pass to the front. That one, a one-timer, goes just wide. And it stays in the zone. That one-timer, that came from Cooper Gehring. And then finally Sioux Center will clear it all the way down. And a good first movement there by Sioux Falls 2 on the power play. 1 minute still left to go on the power play. It'll be Smoot that picks it up. But then knocked down by Sioux Center. Played along and into the zone, but right back out comes Sioux Falls 2. They took the puck away from Creed Waring. Smoot up ahead. Moving in is Cam Ponto. Ponto's shot. Save was made. Ponto nearly poke-checked it in the back of the nets. Carson Clark overskated it, and Sioux Center will clear it down again with 30 seconds left to go. And it becomes last call on the power play here for Sioux Falls 2. As it's picked up by Carter Hansen behind his own nets. Played up, and then goes off the linesman who couldn't jump in time to get away from that puck hitting him. And then Mason Schramm lost it. Grady Duden takes a hip check by Mason Schramm. And then blowing a tire was Vanny Henhouse with 2 seconds to go on the power play. And at the blue line is picked up by Duden. And Duden racing in on his off wing, trying to get it back here to the net. Picked back up by Van Berkel, a backhander, goes wide. And there's another huge hit by Sioux Falls 2, and that one will swing wide. And then what a save by Cole Langston, who came across. He dropped the stick, and he got a blocker save by catching it inside the blocker.
That was a nice play. Nice effort on his part.
Carson Clark is going to go to the penalty box.
That'll be his second.
There's a rough for Clark. Yep, he's going to be careful now the rest of the game. With 1:33 left to go here in the first period. My goodness, what a save by Cole Langston. Sprawling out, diving to his right. He dropped the stick, and obviously you got use of your fingers with the blocker to hold on the stick. It looked like he caught it inside the blocker with his hand. Didn't catch it with the glove. It looks like he caught it with the hand. I don't know how he kept that out.
He was one of the top goalies in the league last year, but he was playing for Sioux Falls 1.
And yeah,
he's a good goalie.
The referees were talking about something, but we seem to have that all figured out. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, KSDR Watertown, KKQQ Brookings. 1:33 left to go here in the first period, and a power play again for the Sioux Center Storm. They are 1 for 3 right now in the Pelican Power Sports power play. We'll have to get you an updated amount of money that Pelican Power Sports will be donating to Feeding South Dakota. With every power play goal, $15 will be donated to Feeding South Dakota, courtesy of Pelican Power Sports. With 1:05 left to go here in the first period, that one will be cleared away by Sioux Falls again. And it goes all the way down, and it'll be grabbed here by the Sioux Center Storm. Here is Lucas Van Berkel. Van Berkel plays it around. He'll stop and start inside the far side corner. Trying to get the puck to the front of the net, and that one was off of a stick, and it comes over for Sioux Falls at 2, and Cole Langston to grab and get a whistle. Lucas Van Berkel, he doesn't have it. He's got his arm really low to the ice right now. His right arm is hurting him.
Looks like maybe an elbow.
I don't know
looking at his elbow.
If he got slashed or what happened to be in that pain. 35 seconds to go in the period. Played around to the far side. Duden will get over to it at the blue line. Plays it off the boards, but it will come out of the zone. DeJager plays it back over for Waring. And Waring moves in. Pass goes all the way across for Duden. Walks it in. That shot is a big block there by Sioux Falls, too. That was Dirk Fornwall that made that block. Respect from the teammates to make a block like that. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Trying to go the length of the ice. DeJager carries it in, but offside. Never got a shot away. And 5.9 left to go here in the period. The faceoff will come just outside the Sioux Falls 2 blue line. 33 seconds left in the power play. 5.9 to go here in the first period. Faceoff is controlled by Sioux Center. Cleared away, and that will do it for the first period. Isaac Bart will wait. Time will run out. And it's a 1-0 lead here for the Sioux Center Storm at the end of the first period. 7-7 in shots. Our only goal, Easton Vandenberg gets the goal from Aiden DeJager. That came with 8:50 to go in the first period. We will step aside, and when we come back, we'll have for you our first intermission report brought to you by the University of Jamestown. You're listening to the state tournament on a Capital City Rock, on a KSDR, on a KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre. The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here and into our first semester report brought to you by the University of Jamestown, where your success is our tradition. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd. First period is a 1-0 game, and it was a 5-on-3 power play goal for Easton Vandenberg. Aiden DeJager got the assist, and a good first period for both these teams right now. There's not the only thing of separation is literally a shot. It's a goal scored.
A power play goal.
Yeah, because it's 7-7 in shots. And granted, now Sioux Center's on their third power play right now. They still got another 27 seconds left. But that's the difference, is one goal scored right now.
Yeah, and the power plays are going to be important to stay out of the box, because a game and teams that are matched up this closely, you get on the power play, it could make all the difference in the game.
Well, and Carson Clark right now for Sioux Falls has to be careful. He's in the penalty box for the second time. They really can't afford to lose this guy at center. He does a great job. He's on that line with Schramm and also Punto. So they really need to keep him out of the box. The next one, of course, and he'll be gone. So he's got two. He's got to be careful playing the rest of the game. But in both these teams' cases, when you're in a situation like this, get the puck to your guys that can put the puck in the net. You're the people that make you go. And, of course, in Sioux Falls' case, it's Schramm, it's Clark, it's Ponto, people like that really make this team go, and also Dirk Fornwald. And, of course, on the other side of that, when you start looking at Sioux Center, you have Van Berkel and Duden and people like that really make this team fly, and Bart. So get the puck to those people that are your playmakers and make your team go.
I think for the most part, Sioux Center Storm's doing a pretty good job around the net. They just haven't been able to put it in the net. And they've had more clear opportunities than Sioux Falls has. But so they need to find a way to get it in the net, even though they're up by one. They've had some opportunities missed.
Easton Vandenberg might be the best Sioux Center Storm player over these 2 days. I would say I can't say that he was yesterday or that he is overall, because Luke Myers might be the best player still yet today from what we saw yesterday. But Easton Vandenberg now with 3 goals for Sioux Center. 3 of the 4 goals have come away from his stick, and he got the power play goal, the 5-on-3 power play goal. And you mentioned, too, that the difference is a power play goal, but the difference is putting 2 guys in the box instead of putting just 1 guy in the box. That is the literally only difference with both these teams getting 7 shots. So we're seeing a very evenly matched game. And Sioux Falls, too, again, Carson Clark has got to stay out of the penalty box. You want to keep everybody you have in the game, especially a player like Carson Clark. But you have to stay out of the penalty box completely. But you feel like you're still in this hockey game, easily still in this hockey game.
How many times have we done games over last weekend's tournament and this one so far where the 2 teams that are playing, one team has won both games during the year? We haven't had many situations, it seems like, in the matchups we've had where they've split during the course of the year. And in this case, of course, Sioux Center's won both matchups 4-2 and 5-0 over this team, so it's over Sioux Falls too. So it's kind of interesting how we haven't had many splits as far as during the course of the regular season.
And I say it all the time. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
I know. But the funny thing is, those teams that have won twice seem to make it 3 times.
Yep, they have.
And we look at the only matchup that hasn't happened in this case is Brookings and Sioux Falls won in our third game, and it was Brookings winning one, and then them both tying the other game. So that's the only. There's no split still.
No.
There hasn't been a split in this tournament. There won't be a split throughout the day today, and the only way that we get a split is if, well, without going through it right now and looking at all the potential matchups, Hawaii and Sioux Falls one would be one that would be the team split. Everything else, Rushmore and Brookings, if they meet up, it was Rushmore twice. So there's and if it's Hawaii and Brookings, it's been Brookings twice. Rushmore, obviously, they beat everybody twice because they're undefeated. But there hasn't really been a whole lot of splits between teams. And right now, it's been the teams that's won both games. They've won 3 times.
Well, and I'm one of these people that kind of likes to look at your home record and your away record to see how you play on the road and how you play at home. And, of course, in Rushmore's case, we know they're undefeated in both of them.
They got 10 road wins and they got 10 home wins.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, it's tournament time.
That's right.
And tournament time, everything else that happened before kind of goes out the window. It's a different atmosphere.
And for Sioux Falls, yes, they're the home. That's their home ice and everything, but it still feels more a little bit like a neutral site because of the extra fans that come in for the tournament. When you're on the road, your home crowd is probably going to be bigger and louder than the road crowd comes in. Now you almost even that out because you get a lot more fan support making the trip for at least 2 to 3 days for these state tournaments. So then you almost feel like it becomes neutral ice because of that too.
Well, and your Sioux Falls team today is on the guest bench. They never sit on the guest bench, so that's different.
Well, they might for one game whenever they play Sioux Falls 1.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So they probably have done that, and I'm sure that they probably don't play on the other rink. They probably play here at the Shields Iceplex,
right,
or at the Furniture Mart rink. But they will play just one time, and now they're going to play here another time. They had played yesterday over there on the guest bench.
And
as well.
I'm not sure what they're doing in locker rooms, if they get their own locker room or not.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Maybe they're in a different locker room.
Yeah.
So it is a 1-0 lead for the Sioux Center Storm at the end of the first period. Easton Vandenberg, the 5-on-3 power play goal from Aiden Jaggers, our only score so far of this first period. As we will step aside and have more from our first intermission report. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and also watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The Ramkota in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramkota is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramkota has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ramkota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here and continue our first semester reports, we'll make things somewhat quick here as we'll start with Jeff Anderson. And what's it going to take here for Sioux Falls 2 to get this game tied or get the lead?
Well, you know, we talked about all the things going on with this game, but this is really the second game in as many days. A lot of these teams will play 3 games over the course of a weekend. So playing 2 games or 3 games we get tomorrow, we sometimes talk about how they might be tired. Well, guess what? They've been doing this all year long anyway. It's not that big a deal as far as that's concerned. As far as Sioux Falls, I think get it into the hands, if you will, onto the stick of the people that really make this team go. Mason Schramm is one of those. I think you really need to get it to him. Carson Clark's got to stay out of the penalty box. And, of course, Cam Punto is a great player. Dirk Fornwald, some people like that. Nick Olson, though he plays defense, and Trig Smoot are people that really make this team go also as far from a defensive standpoint. And I really think those are the people you got to count on in a situation like this to get you going.
For Sioux Center, what do they need to do to keep the lead?
Capitalize on your opportunities. I think they missed quite a few opportunities. They had Langston moving. They need to capitalize on those opportunities that they have.
Well, we return with the second period after this. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on KSDR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Wahi Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The Ramkota in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramkota is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramkota has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ramkota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here and into the second period, John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd, as we will have another 27 seconds left in the power play for the Sioux Center Storm to open up this second period. Again, John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd.
Okay, just a little heads up between our game between Brookings and Sioux Falls tonight. We'll talk with, of course, Adam Gora. We'll visit with him, Youth Hockey Association Director, of course, here in Sioux Falls. Talk a little bit about the impact hockey has in this city and what it could have elsewhere. And we'll also talk with Jenny Workus, who, of course, is the Executive Director of the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. We'll talk with her between the first and second periods of the Watertown-Aberdeen game this afternoon.
There we go. I believe we'll talk with head coach Curtis Egan of Sioux Falls, too, during the Oahe and Rushmore game.
Okay.
As we'll talk some Team SD when it comes to that.
Well, won't that be fun?
So here we are ready to go for the starts of the second period, and we are underway as the faceoff is won by Sioux Center Storm. Down to 20 seconds left in the power play. They are 1 for 2 right now, their third power play of the game. As it's Lucas Van Berkel in the far side corner. It's kicked away from him, but Tage Dolman will pick it up. And now it's still Lucas Van Berkel. Van Berkel still in the corner. Richards tapping his stick, saying that the penalty is going to expire soon. Stepping out of the penalty box. And a pass coming all the way down just off the stick, and so there is no icing. As off the stick was Alex Chan. And Alex Chan now will race after it to the far side boards. Plays it around here to the near side, where it's going to be picked up by Nick Olson. But then out of the zone and out to Grady Duden. He's in onside. Trying to toe drag and try and move the backhand, but it's played over on the far side of the ice. Whereas Chan again, his pass misses everybody, and that will, with a fresh sheet of ice, will go all the way down for an icing. And a whistle with 15:56 to go here in the second period. Minute and 4 seconds gone by here of our second period. Jeff's got the next game for you, Watertown and Aberdeen. Then Jim will have Brookings and Sioux Falls 1. And I'll have the final game of the night, the Oahe Capitals and the Rushmore Thunder. Those last two games are to determine who will make it to the state championship tomorrow afternoon. And that game is scheduled for a 3:05 start time. You got 9:05, 12:05, and 3:05 tomorrow. And all three games will be on Capital City Rock, KSDR, KKQQ, and on Capital City Rock Sports. They score. Sioux Falls 1, Sioux Falls 2 ties it up. It came in front. Dirk Fornwald stuffed it in on the back end, and we are tied 1-1 with 15:33 to go here in the second period.
Nifty stick movement there. He pulled that one off the pad and got it all the way around. He just basically circled it around the goalie.
And Dirk Fornwald picks up his 8th goal of the season. And we are tied 1-1 here with 15:33 to go in the second period. An early period goal. Took a minute and 27 seconds into this second period for Sioux Falls 2 to tie it up. Now an opportunity to go 3-on-2, but it was poked away from Benny Henhouse. And it'll be Sam Sully that gets the assist. There's an opportunity to the side of the net. And it'll be played back here, Aiden DeJager. And DeJager plays it out of the zone. Icing will be called against Sioux Center with 15:01 to go. And where we had in that first period, where Sioux Falls 2 was the better team in the first couple minutes, leading 5-0 in shots. They've done the same thing so far here in this second period. Almost 2 minutes gone by, and it is now 1-1, but a 2-0 in shots in favor of Sioux Falls 2. The face-off that's won by Sioux Center out of the zone off the stick of Duden, picked back up by Sioux Falls 2. They're coming into the zone was Sioux Falls, but then right back out. Van Berkel, 3-on-3 in. Dolman, too far of a pass for Duden. It was picked up by Smoot. And in the corner, it's played out. Hauling, touch pass along, and out of the zone comes Sioux Falls. And the Flyers are right back in. There's a shot that goes wide. Came off the stick of Keegan Clancy. Duden, a pass goes out. But it's tipped back in by Sioux Falls as it comes back to the neutral zone. The pass was too far from Benny Henhouse to Lucas Van Berkel. In is Clancy. Miscommunication on who's going to take the puck. They came in onside, but now Smoot will back in into the zone again. And as they tag back up, Aiden DeJager will play it up the boards on the far side. Little give and go, back to DeJager, now to Duden. And Duden will pick some speed up. Duden trying to lean on his defender. There's a shot that goes wide. DeJager again. He'll stop at the far side boards. His pass to the slot into the skates of Van Berkel. He'll pick it back up, though, in the corner. Plays it back behind the net. Referee jumps out of the way. Backhander to the forehand. There's a shot and a save made. The rebound is loose. It's touched back behind the net. And then Duden, there's a high hit, and it's going to come up against Sioux Falls. And an elbow is called against Sioux Falls, too. To the penalty box, looks like it's going to be Mason Schramm. Or is that Trick Smoot? That's Trick Smoot that will go to the penalty box.
Pretty clean check. You just get those arms up just a little bit high, and they're going to call that elbow.
So with 13:34 to go here in the second period, it is now the fourth Pelican Power Sports power play for Sioux Center. They are 1 for 3 so far in this hockey game. They scored on a 5-on-3. There's a shot that goes just wide. That was from Isaac Bart. Here's Lucas Van Berkel. Pass over. It's held by Vandenberg, but a diving block. That one by Carter Hansen. Back out for DeJager. Goes cross ice. Back to the point, Van Berkel. He'll walk it back to the blue line, looking for a redirect on that pass to Easton Vandenberg. And he shot up and into the netting, and it goes out of play. And we get a whistle with 13:08 to go. And the faceoff will come out of the zone.
That's a great pass into the slot.
A really good look there by Lucas Van Berkel. The faceoff is controlled by Sioux Center. Here's Aiden DeJager back in, walks it in, is Vandenberg. There's Lucas Van Berkel, the shot, another block shot by Sioux Falls too. That came up on the paraphernalia of Carter Hansen. He had to drop it out of his braziers, it looked like. As pass to the front, goes stepping on the puck was Cam Ponto, so he fell because as he's trying to skate, the puck's underneath this skate. But Sioux Falls 2 was able to clear the zone anyway. Final minute here of this power play. Lucas Van Berkel again as he walks in, swings wide, will swing behind the nets. Van Berkel still with it, continues to still control it. And then as he's trying to stop and start around, then he gets run into in the boards on the far side. But it comes back to him with the puck at the top of the face-off circle. Over DeJager, fans on a one-timer. But he still has control of it. Down to 30 seconds left to go. DeJager still here on the near side, and they'll finally be cleared again by Sioux Falls 2. All the way down it goes with 20 seconds left to go on the power play. Last call. Pass is up. That one misses. We get an icing by Sioux Center with 11:48 left to go here in the second period and 15 seconds left in the power play. Again, after this game is concluded, Watertown and Aberdeen, they will play at 2:05. That's their scheduled start time. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game in the fifth place game tomorrow at 9:05 in the morning. That'll be the first of 3 tomorrow. The loser of these next 2 games will be done for the state tournament, and their seasons will start back up at the end of November, beginning of December for the 2022-23 year. Back to 5-on-5. Sioux Falls has killed off another penalty against. They're now 3 for 4 on the penalty kill.
Be here before you know it.
It will be here before you know it. Although warmer weather is on the horizon, thankfully. That one's held in. A good job by Sioux Falls 2 to hold it in for just a moment. But it'll be played back out and back in by Trick Smoot. Smoot, the defenseman, trying to step up. Judah Barton trying to run him down. But it's back over. There's a shot that was off of a body. That came from Dirk Fornwald, who scored the Sioux Falls 2 goal. Smoot with a nice toe drag move. He's got a man in front of the net, comes in front. Fornwald couldn't get a shot away. And then the puck will come back again. The stick was somewhat hooked around from Vinny Henhouse on Fornwald. So Fornwald couldn't get free to try and stuff in another goal. Moving back into the zone. This is going to be Nick Olson. Plays it back out to the blue line. Alex Chan steps on the ice. His shot knocked down, is loose in front, and is cleared away by Sioux Center. And it will make its way all the way down for an icing with 10:29 to go in the second period.
Couple of great opportunities there for Sioux Falls 2, and they couldn't capitalize.
That was a big one. That was a big opportunity. And again,
somebody from Sioux Center there saved the day on that clear out.
And somehow they've only had one shot since they scored that goal to make it 1-1. So the last near 5 minutes, they've only got one shot on goal. As it's played by Van Essen. Goes around Judah Bart on the far side boards. Can't find where the puck is at. His backhander trying to move up, and it does eventually come out of the zone. And now it'll be again played by Sioux Falls 2. Dumped back in. As the Storm will have to go back and retreat. And then losing the puck. Lost sight of it. It's loose in front. Ponto, and then it came back to Schramm, and he shot it just wide. There's a chance it goes off of Vandenberg. And as Sioux Center will clear the zone. It'll be played back here again for Sioux Falls 2. In is Schramm. Lost the puck. There's a big hit over on the far side by Van Essen. Then two more guys run into each other. As that was Isaac Bart and Mason Schramm. Sioux Center still with it in their own end. Goes off of a couple of sticks. Controlled by Hansen from the blue line. Shot it in off the stick. And a save made by Richards. Again, they haven't put up a whole lot of shots in this period. There actually hasn't been a shot yet at all for Sioux Center. They even had a power play. Up the boards. Not out of the zone quite yet. Easton Vandenberg looking to go 2-on-2 in the zone. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Isaac Bart had the puck knocked off of his stick. Pass comes toward the front of the net, and then it will eventually make its way up into the netting. Either that or the net came off its moorings. But we get a whistle with 9:02 to go here in the second period. It's 3-0 in shots on goal in this second period. I don't know if that's actually accurate or not, but it's
pretty darn close.
But that's what it shows up on the board. As it's played around by Reese MacArthur to the near side, picked up by Keegan Clancy. He couldn't clear it out of the zone. Held in by Sioux Center, and now Clancy trying to move it up and out of the zone again. It's still held in by Sioux Center. Back behind the net, Nick Olson. And Olson from the near side plays it up, but not out another time. Throwing towards the net. That one should be a shot on net to make a save. With 8:30 left to go here in the second period. There's another chance that gets knocked down in front. Didn't get all the way to Langston. And now it'll be coming back the other way. In the offensive zone is Raisler. His pass was blocked down by Christian Richards. And that'll be cleared out of the zone. But right back into the Sioux Center end. We've played a lot of hockey between the two blue lines with not a whole lot of possession inside the offensive zone. With 8 minutes to go in the second period. Still 1-1 is their score. Again, the winner of this game to the fifth place game tomorrow. They'll face the winner of Watertown and Aberdeen, which is next. Grady Duden lost the puck out of the zone. Jeff Anderson will have the call of the Watertown and Aberdeen game. Coming up to starting at 2:05. Sioux Falls 2. Back into the zone. It is Raisler. Raisler, he took a huge check. He's going to get a penalty. Sioux Center's going to get a penalty. And it's going to be a trip.
Looked like a pretty good hip check from what
it was close to almost being kneeing.
Yeah.
Because that was a dangerous hit to have. Yeah, DeJager's going to plead his case, but he took out the leg of, I believe it was Raisler.
Raisler was slow to getting up and slow to getting to the bench.
So a trip is called on DeJager with 7:28 to go here in the second period. And now it's Grady Duden that will come out thinking shorthanded right now. Duden starting to move in. Moves one more move around, but he couldn't get a shot away. And then going into the boards, getting run to the boards and thrown down. Three different Sioux Falls players are right there. And Sioux Falls will eventually pick up the puck, but Grady Duden just continues to hound the penalty kill. How did he do that?
What a great job by Grady Duden.
He had three different guys around him. He still eventually found out the puck was right there for him. Dirk Fornwall in for Cam Ponto on the power play. 1:20 left to go on this power play. There's a pass that is off of a skate, goes out of the zone. Back in comes Sioux Falls 2. At the blue line, Cooper Gehring. Gehring a pass, goes across. It's Ponto again. And Cam Ponto walking into a Smoot. Save is made. The rebound. There's a chance. They score! On the power play, Mason Schramm. He's able to get that power play goal as the rebound came out to him. And it's now a 2-1 lead for Sioux Falls 2.
Rebound opportunity, and Schramm takes advantage of it. He's their scorer. He's the guy that's done it all year long.
So Mason Schramm gets the goal. Smoot had, I believe, is going to get an assist because he had the shot. Fornwald was in front. He nearly stuffed in another one. But it will be Mason Schramm that will get the goal to make it a 2-1 game, as Mason Schramm picks up his 13th goal of the season. Here comes into the zone Lucas Van Berkel as it's a 2-on-1 game. Fornwald and Smoot. Nope, they don't get Smoot the assist as a puck comes to the goalie Cole Langston to make a save, get cover for a whistle with 6:14 to go. So I would give Smoot an assist. He put the shot on.
We can give him an assist. Let's give him one.
I would say
I wrote it down.
I was going to say the official scoring doesn't give him one, but we can give him an assist.
We have him in our books.
There's a pass that goes out.
Of the 3 goals scored, 2 are power plays today.
So we've got $30 in this game alone. That'll be donated from Pelican Power Sports to Feeding South Dakota. I'll have to give you an updated total again at some point. But here in this game, at least, it's been $30. Here's Easton Vandenberg for Sioux Center. Pass just missing Judah Bart. And that'll be played back over. 5:40 left to go here in the second period. Moving back in, but we get a penalty coming up against Sioux Falls 2. It's a hook that is called.
That was a major hook.
And it will be, what's it going to be against? It's against Sioux Falls 2. Trying to figure out what number it is.
It sent Van Berkel rolling.
Yeah, Sean Reddy, the former Huron All-Star, gets called for the hook with 5:37 to go here in the second period. So it's now the 5th Pelican Power Sports power play for Sioux Center. And they're looking to try and tie this one up. Isaac Bart, a shot that is popped high up in the air. I believe Langston made a save on it. 5:27 to go here in the second period. A 2-1 score. There's Grady Duden. Lost the puck. And he'll come out of the zone. Aiden DeJager. Here is Duden. Moves it back in. Isaac Bart. There's a shot that goes just wide of the far post. DeJager. It'll be Easton Vandenberg. It'll be played back. Waiting. Is Bart again. His pass to the front. They score, but they're going to wave it off as the net came off his moorings before the goal. Yep. And now they're going to have to talk about it. The goal was going to be scored regardless.
And that was Grady Duden. He was camped in the top of the crease for quite a while, and he got a stick on it on that centering pass.
So they waved it off. Now they're going to talk about this. So here's the issue of all this, because it was Langston that knocked the net off the moorings himself. It wasn't someone from Sioux Center. The puck was going in, but they were going to wave it off and saying that the net came off before the shot.
Oh, and it was close.
It was very close.
It was very close.
And if you're Sioux Center, you're not happy about that call against you. If you're Sioux Falls, if roles are reversed and they counted the goal, Coach Curtis Egan for Sioux Falls 2 would not be happy either.
He's going to look for an explanation here. I don't know if they're going to give him one.
And Coach Sewing is asking for it, but not going to make a difference. So it will remain still a power play with 1:15 to go, and it's still a 2-1 game.
That's huge.
That is a big, big call against Sioux Center. And the referee waved it off immediately, got together with the other referee, and they waved it off. Here's DeJager with the shot as he was starting to fall the ice. Duden trying to slap it back towards the net. Langston's made a couple saves here on the power play. They've only got them for 2 shots here in the second period. I don't know if all these shots are going wide or what it is. Lucas Van Berkel from the blue line. He throws it down with 4:14 to go here in the second period. Comes out in front. Bart couldn't get a shot away. Comes back again. And he swung that one wide. With 30 seconds still left to go on the power play. Here is still a pass looking for Duden. Out to the blue line. Van Berkel shot it all the way through. Bouncing puck, and Bart missed the bouncing puck. It came all the way back out after it hit the glass. It came all the way back out in front, but Bart couldn't wait to settle it down. He had to try to shoot that immediately, and he fanned on it. Down to 7 seconds to go. Sioux Falls nearly got scored on the power play, but they're going to come away on another penalty killed. As Sean Reddy comes out of the penalty box, pass goes up. Alex Chan is on the ice. Chan starts to move it in, leaves it back over for Schramm, and then we get a whistle. The net is off its moorings again with 3:26 to go here in the second period.
Alex Chan is not a real big kid out there, but he's one of the up-and-coming people on this Sioux Falls 2 team.
Yeah, freshman on this team. There's several freshmen, and again, just 3 seniors on Sioux Falls 2, which seems to be what they've done is putting a lot of younger guys on Sioux Falls 2, and then once Sioux Falls 1 all graduates, then they become Sioux Falls 1.
Yeah. They get a lot of experience that way. Kind of Sioux Falls 1's feeder program in a way.
Here's, Campanto will clear it down.
And Schramm might be the smallest guy on the ice.
Yeah, but he's pretty darn good.
As it'll be a face-off to the right of Langston with 3:14 left to go here in the second period. Face-off was won by Sioux Center, but controlled by Sioux Falls as Alex Chan. And as Isaac Bart tried to dump it in, goes off the linesman. Now the pass again for Judah Bart. And now Sioux Center looking for a penalty against Sioux Falls 2. Not going to get it 2-on-1 here for the Flyers. Schramm is in. Over for Ponto. Ponto tried to leave it to the side of the net, but it's a save made by Richards. And Christian Richards is able to stop that big opportunity for Sioux Falls 2. As it will come down now here for Sioux Center. And Carter Hansen, Reed Waring were met together. There's a pass over here on the near side. Now we're going to get a penalty. And a rough is going to come against Sioux Falls 2. And Easton Beavers, I believe, is going to go to the penalty box.
Yep.
So Beavers, 2 for a rough with 2:32 left to go.
Ponto's going to talk to the referee there, try to get an explanation.
So it is now a 6 Pelican Power Sports power play. 1 for 5 right now is Sioux Center. Out of the zone, Dirk Fornwall looking to come in shorthanded. Fornwall scores! He put it through the 5-hole of Christian Richards, and it's 3-1. His second of the game for Dirk Fornwall.
You always like those. He came in on a backhand. Didn't really have a whole lot on that one. Just kind of slid it on over.
And that's one where you, if as a goalie for Christian Richards, you want to have that one back. And for Fornwall, boy, oh boy, that was a fantastic job there by Fornwall. So it's a 3-1 game for Sioux Falls 2 as they lead it. There's a pass for Waring, from Waring to Judah Bart. Unassisted goal for Fornwall. Put into the zone.
And shorthanded.
Judah Bart lost his stick to the bench, and the assistant coach had to hand the stick back to him. With still 1:22 to go on the power play. 1:50 left to go here in the second period. Pass back to the blue line.
You like those shorthanded goals.
Comes across. That pass is off of a stick, goes out of the zone. Now it came from Vinny Henhouse. And Fornwall, who was coming off for a change, nearly got the puck back to try and attack shorthanded another time. Moving in, the shot that was unable to make it happen was Braylon Crawford. So Braylon Crawford getting some opportunity in the power play with 50 seconds left to go here on this power play. Back up for Crawford. Crawford and Judah Bart over Waring. Bart, that is Judah Bart, lost the puck, and now 2-on-2, shorthanded. Moving in is Schramm. Actually, that's Smoot that moves in. Pass out to the blue lines, intercepted by DeJager. Final minute here in the second period. DeJager, a pass across. That is broken up. Judah Bart goes to the ice. Grady Duden missed the pass. 18 seconds left to go in the power play. That pass goes over, misses everybody, and will be iced with 43.4 to go here in the second period.
2 power play goals today and a shorthanded goal.
Out of our 4 goals that we've seen, Special teams have been big in this game. The face-off to the left of Richards. Schramm is kicked out of the penalty of the face-off circle. Campanto will take the face-off, and it's won by Sioux Center. As their power play time will come down here, down to 5 seconds left of the power play. They're going to go 1 for 6 now on that man advantage. Into the zone, Lucas Van Berkel. He's knocked off the puck, and we get another penalty. With 28.6 to go, another rough. And it's going to be the 7th power play now.
You see more of those types of penalties than ever before this year. The rules have changed just a little bit, so it seems like the checks and the rough that you saw before kind of automatically gets called now, and that's what South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association has put into place.
Punto.
So Cam Ponto is in for a rough. And the 7th power play now upcoming here for the Sioux Center Storm, and they are 1 for 6. 28.6 to go in the second period. Face-off was won by Sioux Center. This will be a big one to get in the last 20 seconds if you're Sioux Center. Pass to the front. Duden's over there. Duden with a shot save is made. The rebound is loose. It's stuffed in. And it is 3-2. Lucas Van Berkel stuffs it in. And it's now a 3-2 game with 14.4 to go here in the second period.
That's a big goal.
And maybe it's still Bart. He came out first, but we'll see who actually gets the goal. I thought it was Lucas Van Berkel that stuffed it in, but we will get the official call here. But a power play goal for the Sioux Center Storm to make it now 3-2.
That's huge before you go into the locker room.
Face-off is controlled by Sioux Center. Grady Duden flips it over. Down to 6 seconds. He played back around. It is Van Berkel. There's a shot at the buzzer. And a little bit of pushing and shoving at the end of that period, but cooler heads will prevail. Lucas Van Berkel gets the goal. Was assisted by DeJager and Bart. As that will conclude the second period. 3-2 is our score. Shots were very small in that period as well. It's 15-8 right now. It's going to be 15-11. So it was 8-4 in that second period. And somehow we finished with 4 goals. 12 shots and 4 goals in that second period. That just doesn't seem right to me. But it's still a 3-2 game with Sioux Falls 2 leading over Sioux Center at the end of that second period. We will step aside. We'll come back with our second intermission report coming up here in just a little bit. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on KSTR, as well as on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Frankie Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Frankie Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Ranky Gray Wealth Management at 224.
Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor, GWM and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Owyhee Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here and into our second intermission reports, John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd, as it is right now a 3-2 lead for Sioux Falls 2. And the 7th seed looking to be our first upset of the state tournament. We only had one upset in the girls' state tournament. Seeds have played out the way they were expected in the girls' state tournament. Seeds played out like they were expected to yesterday. But here in game number 1, and there's about 3 other teams right now are saying, how about if they win the upset, how about the other 3 teams all upset and make it all kind of go crazy in that final day. But Sioux Falls, too, leading 3-2 after 2 periods.
Well, we talked about Sioux Falls probably being a better team than what their record showed, coming in at a 7th seed. And I thought in that second period they really picked it up. They had a good period. They came out of the locker room early and kind of set the pace a little bit more than they did the first period.
And in that second period, goals were scored by Dirk Fornwald to tie it up. Sam Solly got the assist to make it 1-1. That was at 15:33. Then with 6:30 left to go in the period, it was Mason Tram that got the power play goal from Dirk Fornwald to make it 2-1. Trick Smoot took the shot that Fornwald then touched, and Tram got the assist. Tram got the goal. And then shorthanded, Dirk Fornwald got the unassisted goal and a backhander. That game would make it 3-1 with 2:21 to go. And then another power play goal by Sioux Center, their second of the game. It is Lucas Van Berkel from Aiden DeJager and Isaac Bart to make it 3-2, and that's where we sit here at the end of 2 periods. 15-11 in shots, which means it was 8-4 in that second period. And again, both teams, Sioux Falls scored 3 goals on 8 shots. Sioux Center scored 1 goal on 4 shots.
Well, and Sioux Center had that one goal that they did score that was taken. Well, it was never really put on the board, but they did not count the goal. They said that the moorings came off, the net moorings came off, and referees made a pretty good call there. Really, I mean, it could have went either way, but they made the call and they stuck with it. But that would have made a 3-3 game.
As it is a 3-2 game right now, as we will step aside. We'll come back with more of our second intermission reports brought to you by the University of Jamestown as you're listening to the state tournament on a Capital City Rock, on KSDR, and as well as on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
As we welcome you back here, as we continue our second intermission report brought to you by the University of Jamestown, as it will be a 3-2 score right now for the Sioux Center Storm, down by 1 to Sioux Falls 2. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd as we continue our second intermission report. And guys, going into this third period, well, I'll start with Jeff. This is for Sioux Center. They have to win this period to either force overtime again or win this hockey game. How did they keep their season alive?
Well, number one, you get a goal, and number two, you hope that you go to overtime or maybe go a little further. But you know, they've got the kids to do it. Really, this is the closest game they've had with this team this year, because by and large they've won 4-2 and 5-0. But keep it doing what you're doing. I wouldn't change a whole lot. They're getting a lot of opportunities though, because so far Sioux Falls has 7 penalties. Sioux Center has only 2, so they've had a lot of chances there with power plays, and they really haven't taken advantage of all of them. But we do have 2 power plays in this game, and also a shorthanded goal, which has made life quite interesting.
Actually, we've got 3 power play goals.
Oh, have we? Okay.
Yeah, 5-on-3, 2 5-on-4, and a shorthanded. Yep.
Okay. Excuse me. I didn't realize that was.
Yeah, we've got ourselves $45 for the Feeding South Dakota.
Yeah.
In this game alone.
So 3 power plays and a shorthanded goal. 4 of the 5 goals so far have been special teams, basically, which is interesting.
And that will. Yeah. Do you think that'll be a factor in the?
That could well be a factor. Could be a 3-3 hockey game, of course, as we know, with that one that they disallowed. So
that is true. Yeah. Which would have been a power play goal also. But yeah, 3-2 score right now. And so, Jim, as we look at what Sioux Falls needs to do to either be tied or win this period to make sure that they are playing tomorrow for the 5th place Consolation Championship.
Well, number one, they need to stay out of the box. You don't want to give Sioux Center more opportunities than what they have, because they are going to capitalize on opportunities eventually here. But stay out of the box and then come out of the locker room with the same intensity as you did in the last period. I thought Sioux Falls controlled the period for the most part, and that's what they're going to have to do to stay where they're at right now. You have to control the puck.
You are listening to KCCR FM Blunt, KSTR Watertown, as well as on KKQQ Brookings. As we hit the 1 o'clock hour, our first of 4 games is just about heading to the third period. We'll have the third period for you next. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on a KSTR, on a KKQQ, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse, with a full bar, gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big-screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Wahi Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
The Ramcota in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramcota is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramcota has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ramcota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here, the start of the third period between the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers, and the Sioux Center Storm. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd as the referees are out. They've got the nets all ready to go, and all we're waiting on now are the teams to make their way back out on the ice. It is a 3-2 lead for Sioux Falls 2. Eventually get that straight, but Sioux Center has an opportunity. Well, they played an overtime game, and that might be a factor in this third period. Sioux Center played an overtime game and nearly played all 10 minutes of that overtime before they end up falling to Sioux Falls 1. That could be a factor in this third period. If legs become a little bit more tired, a little bit less going into this third period, you might find themselves in a spot where they are going to be just a little bit gassed.
But they're also about 30 years younger than we are.
Well, speak for one of you, maybe two of you. They're not that much. Well, they are.
You can't do that.
I have found that when I talk about something to one of these kids, especially some of the YA Capitals, I'll say something to them, and they'll say, "Really? That was when you were in high school?"
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, that's right. You don't remember that because you guys were way too young. Okay.
John, you just need to get used to it.
I have
get used to it.
I have started to get used to it, but it is. I have gotten used to it to the point where it's sometimes fun to say, "Yeah, you guys don't remember that. You're too young."
Yeah.
Or when
this was the good old days. You guys weren't around back then.
Or when you're sitting on your couch watching the NFL, and those guys are 25 years younger than you or more, right?
But how all these rookies in the league now, and all these guys are about my age or younger.
Yeah.
Younger.
Younger.
And here I am in very good shape right now.
You're in good shape for the condition you're in.
Right.
And all these guys that are younger, like as in 25 years old in the NFL or whatever, are younger than my two boys.
Well, I don't have anything to say about that one.
John, you're making it no fun to pick on you.
We don't have to. Steele does it for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coach Steele, he gives enough to John, and enough for everybody, really.
Yeah.
We got the third period underway.
There is a third period coming up.
There is a third period.
And another game to follow.
Thankfully,
another game after that to follow. And another game to follow.
We're never going to get out of here. Never going to get this talk about this third period. No, here, 17 minutes are on the clock.
And then we have to turn those clocks ahead 1 hour tonight.
So technically, as it's 107 right now, or 105 right now, it's 205. It'll be this way 205 tomorrow. So if you're watching on YouTube or even listen to the radio, just look outside and see the sunlight, if there is sunlight where you're listening, and know that here tomorrow, that's what it's going to look like at 2:05.
in the afternoon.
Too much to think about.
Too much. Well,
that's true.
I usually say that every time I start to think about anything. As this dumped in, it was offside. It goes on to Cole Langston. Racer got a 10-minute misconduct. Okay, so a 10-minute misconduct came to Mason Raisler, so he cannot come back in this game until 7 minutes to go in the third period.
And that happened with no time on the clock.
So yeah, that's his 10 minutes started right away. Mason Schramm got kicked out of the face-off dot as we face off at center ice. And Campanto loses the face-off to Sioux Center, and Lucas Van Berkel is in. He won that face-off. Left it for Duden with a shot rebound chance, and it goes wide from Lucas Van Berkel. Out to the blue line. Waring throws that one to the net. That was blocked up by Trick Smoot. Carson Clark. That one's over. Clark's got 2 penalties against him. He's going to be careful here in this third period. Campanto gets run into. That puck is still loose in the slot. It's picked up by Schramm. And Schramm for Clark. Into the corner. Back behind the net. It is Clark. Back Schramm again. And Schramm at the side of the face-off circle. Back behind the net for Clark. And Carson Clark. He'll leave it back. Clark will turn, look for it again. Played back over for Schramm. It'll be played over. Duden will intercept the pass. And then it's barely scooted along by Sioux Center. Goes all the way down on net anyway. And it's picked up by Sioux Falls 2. Smoot off the boards, nearly turned it over. Picked back up by Cooper Gehring. And it'll be played back over again here. And then we get a man, Schramm, that ran into his own teammates. So he's going to come off the ice and not be in a good look. Well, that one hit hard to Mason Schramm.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
15-20 left to go here in the third period. That pass off the stick of Isaac Bart. And then it flipped over the stick of Judah Bart. That one by Carter Hansen. Racing back after it. Vinny Henhouse. It's going to be Aiden DeJager as it's played out of the zone. And Isaac Bart plays it over. Moving in, Vandenberg, a shot in a glove save made by Langston. And we get a whistle with 14:59 to go here in the third period. Somehow that Sioux Center had just 4 shots in that second period. So I've already got 3 shots in this third period. Face off to the left of Langston. Face-off was won by Sioux Center. Judah Bart let it go, so it's picked back up by Gehring. And the pass goes back over to Gehring as it was intercepted. Fornwald, he's got 2 so far. Plays it back behind the net, and Aiden DeJager now.
He's looking for that player of the game.
Yeah, Fornwald with those 2 goals. He's in line right now for that player of the game. Out to the point. Hansen thought about shooting it, but instead he'll throw it back down. As it's played back and out of the zone by Sioux Center. DeJager plays it up ahead. Missing the stick, but picked back down by DeJager. There's a shot up in front, stuffed by Langston. Another shot, and then we get a whistle. And now let's see, are we going to have a penalty coming against Sioux Falls 2 or not? Because the net was off his moorings, and then Sioux Falls 2 said, we're going to really push it off to make sure that it's, but I think maybe it's coming out of the face-off. Maybe it's just coming out of the zone.
Yep, it looks like it's coming out of the zone.
It looked like it was just Sioux Falls that knocked it off the moorings, but it was apparently Sioux Center that did. So it'll be a face-off outside the blue line. And it will be won by the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. Out at the blue line, it is down the zone and picked up by Warwick. He'll leave it for Lucas Van Berkel. Chips it off the boards up on the far side. Pass across is intercepted. Brought back in by Sioux Falls. Somehow that was not offside by Sioux Falls. It looked like it came out of the zone, but apparently it stayed in the zone. And the Sioux Center fans over on that far side,
they don't think it was.
They were trying to help out. There's probably about 200 referees over there that were trying to make that call, or at least 100 referees trying to make that call for the linesman. There's a pass that's tipped in. Yeah, it was tipped in. So
they're saying that one was offside.
The linesman had called for icing, and then it was tipped by Sioux Falls too. So they had a couple fans yelling for icing, then a couple fans yelling that he was trying to call for icing. At the blue line, it's picked back up here by Sioux Falls 2. Alex Chan moves in. Chan a backhander. That's knocked down. Bouncing puck, turned with a shot and a glove save made by Richards. And we get a whistle with 13:04 to go here in the third period. And a 3-2 lead for Sioux Falls, for Sioux Falls 2. Sioux Center, the road team, nearly got a win in the 6th seed. Nearly got the upset win yesterday. And now as a 6th seed, they're the home team, but are trailing to the lower seed, Sioux Falls 2. Aiden DeJager moves in. Pass to the front of the net. It was off of a couple of sticks. And before it got to the back of the net, Sioux Falls 2 was able to clear it to the corner. Back to the blue line. Aiden DeJager fakes a slap shot. He moves in. Shot and a save made. Rebound comes in front, and fanning on it was Judah Bart. Still loose and still with it. That pass intercepted, and now it's Mason Schramm with a breakaway along with Carson Clark. Schramm moving in. Leaves it for Clark. Over. First. One-timer. They score! Campanto makes it 4-2. And the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers lead it by 2.
That's how you do it. You get the goalie moving, and they did a great job that time. 2 passes right in front of the goalie.
It is Ponto from Clark and Schramm. And it's a 4-2 lead for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers.
Breakaway run to perfection there.
That was a pretty goal. I know that Sioux Center doesn't want to hear that, but that was a pretty goal.
I don't know if they're going to be a penalty assessed to Sioux Center or not for one of the players throwing a stick down. I believe it was Lusink that threw a stick down and then tossed it over the bench.
I think he's just going to get a talking to the way it looks. No penalty, just
don't do that again.
Yeah. So is Campanto with the goal. Yeah, Clark and Schramm on the assists. With 12-17 now to go in the third period, and Sioux Falls 2 has taken a 2-goal lead, and a trip is coming up on Sioux Center, so it will be a power play upcoming here for Sioux Falls 2. So a trip against Sioux Center.
And a good trip it was.
And to the penalty box. Try to see.
Schramm was about wide open there when he got tripped and slid all the way over into the boards.
Vanderswag will go for the trip with 12-11 left here in the third period. Third Pelican Power Sports power play of the game for Sioux Falls 2. They are 1 for 2. Under 12 minutes to go in the third period. Sioux Falls 2 trying to not necessarily put this game in a reach, but get an arm's length reach. Campanto trying to slow the puck down. Grady Duden nearly took it away from him. It's played up and then dumped in by Dirk Fornwald. Behind the cage. He played to the near side, but the puck went out of play. And we get a whistle with 11:38 left to go here in the third period. 4-2 lead. Still minute 27 left in the power play. Sioux Falls 2 looking to be that team to advance into the Consolation Championship game to face the winner of Aberdeen and Watertown. Played around as it will come out of the zone. Sioux Falls 2 looking to get the power play set up, but Sioux Center will clear it back down again. Carter Hansen, a pass goes across. Carson Clark moves it in. There's a shot. That one is loose. The rebound chance. Richards is down as he took a hit from one of the Sioux Falls 2 players in Easton Beavers.
I think he thought that they were going to score a goal there, and he didn't really hustle back to get in front of the net.
Beavers, he trips up Isaac Bart. Then Grady Duden gets run into, and now we get a whistle. And I believe that is Beavers that will get called for the trip. And that will eliminate the power play.
Beaver's second goal, so he has to be careful.
So a trip on Easton Beavers with 10:53 left to go. And it will eliminate the power play, make it 4-on-4 for 43 seconds. And then it'll be the 8th power play of the game upcoming here for Sioux Center in a 4-2 game.
Sioux Center's getting some explanation there from the referee.
Again, I think the coaching staff of Sioux Center talking about what happened with Christian Richards. And I think the trainer's going to go out there and check on Christian Richards to make sure that he is okay.
Yeah, he got up real slow there.
And, I think the biggest thing, too, is any kind of contact to the head to make sure that there's no concussion. And the trainer that's out there right now talking with Christian Richards and the assistant coach for Sioux Center.
You don't think sometimes that the goalies take hits, but they really do. They'll have guys crashing down on them, and they're in a vulnerable position. Sometimes they're down on their knees or sprawled out. And
that's what they're working on, if you look.
Exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, seeing if he has a concussion.
They give him the
follow follow my fingers.
Yeah.
How many fingers and all that other good stuff.
They do have another goalie.
Now they're taking off the helmet, and they're going to
make sure. Yeah. And that's, there is the concussion protocol, and especially with the goalie, you can't, if you take him out of the game, you bring in the other goalie. You can't just sit on the bench for a little bit, and then
he says he's okay.
Yeah, he says okay, but you can't bring him to the bench and check him out on the bench and skip a shift when he's the goalie, because he's got to stay in net. Otherwise, Luke Myers will come in and take over.
What you're saying is you can't take him out and put him back in later.
You can, but what happens is, though, that the game has to continue. So Luke Myers would come in for about a minute, and then all of a sudden you go back out, where the game can continue. You assess the concussion protocol a little bit on the bench, and then they maybe, at worst, skip a shift if everything's okay.
All right.
So 4-on-4 with 43 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. And then it'll be a short power play for Sioux Center as they're down by 2 goals right now. Up the boards on the far side, or the near side, Lucas Van Berkel will hold the line. Mason Schramm for Sioux Falls 2. Be passed back around Nick Olson. Didn't have enough on it. Lucas Van Berkel intercepted it. And it's played back over. Easton Vandenberg, an easy save for Langston. And we get a whistle with 10:33 to go here in the third period.
Both teams with 18 shots on goal, but 42 on the scoreboard, favoring, of course, Sioux Falls 2.
7-3 in shots in this third period right now in favor of Sioux Center. But yet Sioux Falls has the only goal of this third period. Here is a pass for Van Berkel as he'll start to move it. Van Berkel again. He still has the puck right now. Van Berkel moving in. A shot rebound. It's loose. It's still loose. Somehow didn't go to the back of the net. And it is going to be covered up by Cole Langston.
And Langston sitting on it. Mad scramble in front of the net that time.
I don't know how Cole Langston kept that one out. It looked like the puck was past him at one point, and all of a sudden came back out in front of him. And Langston was able to close the wickets and sit on top of it for a whistle. So now it's a power play for 1 minute 13 seconds as Sioux Falls 2 will clear the zone and all the way down the ice as it's picked up here by Sioux Center. This is their 8th power play of the game. They are 2 for 7 right now. Fluttering pass for Duden. Onside play, but Duden had his pocket picked and is played back out of the neutral zone. DeJager plays it over for Van Berkel. And Lucas Van Berkel gets around 2 different Sioux Falls players. Now make it 4, all 4 Sioux Falls players. But Van Berkel's still with it. His pass goes off the top of a stick. Played down by DeJager. And now it's Vandenberg that will play it over. Back to DeJager. Now Duden starts to walk it in. His shot goes up high. Knocked down by the glove of Bart, but he couldn't turn it around to the stick to get a shot away. And then Van Berkel had his pocket picked again, and it comes out of the zone. Aiden DeJager. His pass off the skate, now Van Berkel. Van Berkel starts to move it in. Here's Van Berkel. He will swing back behind the net. Out for a pass for DeJager. Puck is blocked up. Down to 6 seconds to go. They score! Lucas Van Berkel on the power play. That is 4-3 with 8:58 to go in the third period.
You could just sense that Van Berkel was going to make something happen. He controlled the whole situation on that power play.
His second of the game, the third power play goal of the game for Sioux Center.
When that thing hit his stick at the top of the circle, he knew exactly what he was doing with it.
And every goal that Sioux Center has scored has come on the power play. And it's now a 4-3 game. And Isaac Bart's going to come off the ice, I think because of a helmet situation.
Equipment problem.
Hockey headquarters for all your equipment needs.
Carson Clark off the face-off win. He goes down. He goes towards the boards. DeJager gets the assist, the only assist in that goal. 8:40 left to go here in the third period. Grady Duden has it here for Sioux Center. Goes back out to the blue line. Vinny Henhouse holds it in. Waring with a shot that's blocked up by Cam Ponto. And it will come back again here for Vinny Henhouse, that clears the zone. Pocket picked as Vandenberg picks it up. Up ahead for Duden, but it's broken up another time.
Duden's on the ice all the time.
Here is Vandenberg, who had the puck, lost it. Smoot plays it up ahead into the Sioux Center zone. Swung away to the boards by Vinny Henhouse. Ponto a pass, broken up by Duden with 8 minutes to go here in the third period. A 2-goal lead has shrunk down to a one-shot game. Cross ice dump it. Picked up by Smoot now here from behind his own net. Smoot racing past two different Sioux Center players. And here is Smoot. Across for Ponto. Try to play it back over for Smoot. And now Smoot again. Lost the puck out of the zone. Schramm plays it back over for Olsen. Olsen for Schramm, tips it in. It'll be now played back by Landon DeYoung. First time we've said his name here this afternoon. That was a bad break for Sioux Center, and a shot from Fordwall looking for the hat trick. And Christian Richards made the big save to keep it 4-3. And with 7:19 left to go, Mason Raisler has got 19 more seconds left in the penalty box before he can get out of the penalty box on the next whistle. Grady Duden will pick it up. Duden's going to race in the neutral zone. Duden trying to go around Easton Beavers and Speed Carter Hansen, but could not. As it's picked back up here. There's a big check. Knocking down Lucas Van Berkel. There's a shot that goes just wide. And the rebound is stuffed in. They tie the game. Isaac Bartz makes it 4-4 with 7:01 left to go here in the third period. Somehow that puck squeaked all the way through, and we are tied 4-4 with 7:01 left here in the third period.
Sioux Center looking strong in this period.
A minute and 57 seconds apart. And Isaac Bartz has tied the game up.
By the way, Isaac has a goal now and an assist. DeJager has 3 assists so far for Sioux Center in this game.
We'll see who the assists are on that goal, as it will be Easton Beavers. Hayden DeJager, I believe it was just Bart that got the goal, unassisted. Yeah. With 6:47 left to go in the third period, we are tied 4-4. Moving into the offensive zone is Lucas Van Berkel on his off wing. On his back end, pushed off the puck. It's going to be picked back up. And it comes loose in front. And it'll be played here to the near side. Missing a check. That was Cooper Gehring. And now it's back again here for Fordwald. Fordwald trying to throw it to the net. Gehring back for Fordwald. As the changes are being made by Sioux Center. And now here's a break for Van Berkel. Lucas Van Berkel in. His pass goes over. One-timer goes wide, well wide. Aiden DeJager with Langston out of the net. And then we get a whistle with the net coming off its moorings. And then a couple more players fall to the ice.
We have a great crowd this afternoon for this game. And if you get in the lobby out there, a lot of people out there. We just have a really nice crowd today.
And that crowd will most likely continue to grow. Our next game is Watertown and Aberdeen. The winner will face the winner of this game in the Consolation Championship. And then we have our state semifinal game starting at 4:35. There's a face-off that's won by Sioux Center. They're trying to come back. They did come back from a 2-goal deficit. Now they're trying to win a game after being down by 2 in this third period. There's a high hit from Creed Waring. That one came up on Marcus Halling. And now Sioux Center, Vinny Henhouse. Out of the zone. And from the red line will be dumped back in. Creed Waring around the boards, up at the blue line. It is held in by Sioux Falls 2. A bouncing puck. Duden will pick it up over the stick of Bart. And now Nick Olson. He will turn. He's a little nonchalant, looking like he was nonchalant with it. Trick Smoot. It's passed up for Olson again. He lost the puck. Comes back over. And Vinny Henhouse plays it across as Creed Waring moved it back up the ice. Isaac Bart knocks it down. Duden off of his skates, trying to kick it over, but it's now going to have to be picked back up by Waring. He made a nice move, and then he gets hit hard by Marcus Halling. Big check there from Halling. Now up ahead for Duden. 2-on-2 in the zone, but offside is called against Sioux Center. With 4:52 left to go, and then Isaac Bart is going to go to the penalty box.
Yeah, he said something.
No. Sioux Falls 2, I believe. Somebody is going to go to the penalty box for Sioux Falls 2. That's going to be Nick Olson.
Somebody said something.
And Nick Olson is going to get 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. So with 4:52 to go in the third period, make it power play number 9 for Sioux Center. They are 3 for 8 right now in the Pelican Power Sports power play.
Special teams is the difference in this game.
Lucas Van Berkel on the face-off will win it. Back for Dolman. Down to the near side. There's a big check on Easton Vandenberg. Vandenberg was able to get back up and keep possession of the puck. Walking in, Van Berkel with a shot. Save is made by Langston. To the far side boards. It's picked back up here by Sioux Center. Pass back for Van Berkel, and this save made by Langston. Pass comes in front, and now a race after it. Aiden DeJager will win the race to it in front of Mason Schramm. And now DeJager. He'll turn back around. DeJager is in the offensive zone. Leaves it back for Duden. Duden couldn't get a shot away. Came back to the DeJager. Pass to the slot. Langston was doing the splits in the goal. He's able to get back up to the butterfly position as it's played around and all the way down with 4:04 left to go in the third period. We are tied 4-4 with 1:07 to go on the power play. 3 for 8 so far. 9th power play of the game for Sioux Center. Van Berkel is in. He'll swing behind the net. Van Berkel still with it. Backhand pass. Here's a shot from Vandenberg. Short side save is made by Langston. And we get a whistle with 3:41 to go. Still 50 seconds left to go on the power play. Our next game is scheduled for 2:05. We got behind after game number 1 yesterday. And not that we are looking to go behind again, but if things don't change here in the next 3:40, we will be behind schedule again after the first game. There's a pass over for Duden, all for his skates. Picked back up, though, by Sioux Center again. Here is now Vandenberg to the front of the net. It's loose, and it will be picked up by Langston, and we get a whistle with 3:26 to go here in the third period and 35 seconds remaining on the power play.
Sioux Center doing a nice job on this power play. They're getting opportunities.
They've had many.
They've had many.
They have.
They're out shooting Sioux Falls now 27-19 in this game. Waring, a backhand pass that's easily intercepted and then cleared to the length of the ice by Alex Chan. 3:15 left to go in the third period. Fornwald looking to attack shorthanded. Grady Duden, his pass over, up the boards on the far side, was picked up first by Sioux Falls 2. Was nearly stolen away again here by Cooper Gehring. That pass goes across, and now Creed Waring is in. Over for Isaac Bart as the Flyers are back to full strength. Cleared away by Alex Chan in the corner. Coming out of the penalty box, Carson Clark racing after it. Is he going to win the race to it? He does before it got to the red line, before his icing. Carson Clark in. His shot and a save by Richards. And it was with 2:37 to go. What a skate skating job by Carson Clark there.
Those fresh legs, he was fast.
That was impressive for Carson Clark to get there. Timeout taken by Sioux Center with 2:37 to go in this third period.
He ran that puck down.
As it is, again, coming out of the timeouts, it will be a face-off to the right of Christian Richards. With this game being 4-4, and the next goal will be, could be the game winner. There's still 2.5 minutes left, but the next one could be the game winner with a 4-4 tie right now in the third period.
You start talking a little bit about strategy here. When it gets down to that 1 minute mark, you think about pulling a goalie maybe.
And again, you know, the one of the biggest things too is that this is our first game of the day.
This is the way yesterday's first game was.
This is the way first game of the day yesterday started that way, and I mean, we might be looking at our second overtime game, and the second time that Sioux Center will be in overtime.
I didn't want to say it. I was just keeping quiet because you did the one yesterday.
Well, our 3 radio stations, before we get the face-off, our 3 radio stations, the Watertown station, the Watertown team will play at 2:05. The Brookings stations, KKQQ, the Brookings team will play at 4:35. And then the Capital City Rock, the home station of the state tournament, especially the YouTube channel, the Capitals will play at 7:05. So the 3 radio stations got 3 games next for their teams. Mason Schramm in the near side corner picks it up from behind his own net. Nearly lost the puck. It came almost in front of the net. Cole Langston had to be prepared for it. So did Carter Hansen to play it back. 2:05 to go. That pass looking for the slot. Here's Isaac Bart. That will be a pass back to DeJager. Aiden DeJager. His pass that's intercepted. Carson Clark had it but couldn't clear the zone. It's still held in by Sioux Center. Dolman with 1:50 to go. Pass to the slot. And that one goes off of his skate. Waring plays it back behind the net. Pass looking to come back in front. Sioux Falls doing a good job of blocking up passes. The puck was loose in the slot. And it will be finally Sioux Falls, and they're going to try and clear this another time, and they finally do. Mason Schramm can go 3-on-2. Keeps it up ahead for Cam Ponto, who kicked it along. And then Ponto hounding his man back behind the net. Comes out to the blue line. Easton Beavers did just enough to hold it in. Ponto trying to fight away the stick of Aiden DeJager, but DeJager will finally win the battle. Ponto trying to level a hit over into DeJager, and it'll be played out here. And Ponto and DeJager are both tied up, and we get a whistle. And I think both those guys are going to go to the penalty box with 1:05 to go in the third period.
A little too much action after the play.
I was watching. They both went down. They were just kind of pushing and holding and shoving each other a little bit.
So Ponto and DeJager are both going to go with 1:06, and that is both their second penalties. They both go for a rough.
Time becoming a factor here with a minute left, minute 5. You probably don't want to think about pulling a goalie, I don't know, or take it to overtime, I would guess.
I was going to say, with 4-4 tie, I think both goalies will be sitting still.
Stay there, yep.
As Mason Raisler, Cooper Gehring is in. Gehring gets to the front of the net. There's a shot and a save made by Richards. 54 seconds left to go here in regulation. Gehring back to the front of the net. Forward wall to backhander. That's blocked up. Didn't get to the net. Pass goes over off the stick of Bart, but it will be on the wrong side of the red line. Nope, they're going to wave it off. I thought maybe it was going to be an icing, but they waved it off. Trick Smoot off the glass. Knocked back down. 3-on-2 for the Flyers. Forward is in. 30 seconds to go. Forward, a backhander to the front of the nets, and it will be played back to Trick Smoots at the blue line. Good move around one man, but then he lost the puck. Grady Duden trying to race out in the neutral zone. Pass goes across for Bart. A shot save made off the right toe of Langston. 15 seconds left to go in the period.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, and Duden couldn't quite get to the loose puck.
8 seconds left to go in the third period. Here's out to the red line. It will be cleared back in, and we are headed to overtime for the second straight day in the first game of the day. 4-4 is our score at the end of 3. And Sioux Center knows exactly what's going to happen because they did this yesterday. You get 5 minutes, and then we start the overtime session of a 10-minute period. and we must have a winner. There is no possibility of going to a shootout. There is no possibility of a tie. We will play until there's a winner. So we will step aside. We'll come back with our overtime period. Coming up right after this, you're listening to the state tournament and Sioux Falls Flyers and the Sioux Center Storm on Capital City Rock, on at KSDR, on at KKQQ, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. The Field House in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Field House with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Field House, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here and into the overtime period, Joe Wickler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd. It is a 4-4 tie, 28-21 in shots in favor of Sioux Center. But we are headed into overtime.
And Sioux Center's straight day game of overtime.
Yeah, they played the overtime game yesterday, lost 4-3. Well, they've got the 4 goals today, but it's going to take 5 to get a win.
They're getting their money's worth out of this tournament.
And they're probably, and they're somewhat saying deja vu because they're playing Sioux Falls again in the overtime.
Yeah.
It is Sioux Falls and Sioux Center in overtime for both days. So we're underway here in overtime. Both teams are going the same direction. It is not a period of the long change. I believe they will switch if they go into double overtime. As Mason Racer, Cooper Gehring moves in. Derek Fordwall's got 2 goals. That puck was loose. but it was Sam Solly that couldn't get the shot away. Now a man blows a tire. That's Carter Hansen. So moving in is Van Berkel with a shot, and Langston made the save. There's another chance from Duden. That one goes just wide. And it's played by Waring. Back again out of the zone comes Sioux Falls 2. Gehring picks it up. Right at the red line. Pass goes over, off the glass. Fornwald took a swat at it, fanned on it. And as it comes back out of the zone, Grady Duden moves in. Duden pass over for Bart, couldn't get a shot away. Comes back out to the blue line, and it will be held in as it will be Mason Schramm in for Sioux Falls 2. Schramm trying to make a nice deke around, but he could not. Carson Clark lost the puck, and then Duden couldn't get the pass as Trick Smoot will pick it back up. Here's Clark moving in. Leaves it for Schramm off of his stick, and it's picked back up here by Sioux Center. It is now again here for Sioux Falls 2. They will ice the puck with 8:36 to go here in the overtime session. Aiden DeJager and Cam Ponto both come out of the penalty box. So that's a big for both those teams to have that happen, especially for Sioux Center with Aiden DeJager to come out of the penalty box.
29-21 shots on goal, favoring, of course, Sioux Center.
Dolman wins the face-off. DeJager fakes the shot. There's a shot up high that misses, rolls on top of the boards, stays in play, and then Carter Hansen plays it up for Cam Ponto. Both guys came out of the penalty box. Both guys are on the ice. That shot is up high. 8:18 to go here in overtime. The net is off its moorings.
Again.
And we get a whistle that will bring a face-off still inside the Sioux Falls zone.
That's Carter Hansen that falls into the net. Carter Hansen does a nice job on defense.
Yeah, he sure does.
8:18 to go here in overtime. By the way, we're only 20 minutes away from the start of game number 2. Like that's going to happen.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's not going to happen.
Isaac Bart pass to the slot, and that's broken up by Mason Schramm. Here is the pass that's taken by Aiden DeJager from the neutral zone. Falling down is Carson Clark. He gets back up, snow and all on the back of his jersey, and he couldn't toe drag him around again, but it's still held in by Sioux Falls 2. Ponto, he got his pocket picked, pushed back in by Beavers, and now out of the zone by Sioux Center. There's a big, nearly a big check. Wind-up shot, that goes off of a shin pad and goes wide. Duden throws it back to the front of the net. Isaac Bart back over for DeJager. Tripping over DeJager was Ponto, and back is Schramm up for Gehring. Gehring moves in, his shot, they score! Off of Richards and in!
Schramm to Gehring.
And Gehring wins it in overtime. And heartbreak for Sioux Center as they lose both games in the state tournament this year in overtime. And Sioux Falls 2 will advance to the Consolation Championship game, scoring 2.5 minutes in overtime.
Sioux Falls 2 getting the win, and a big win to move on in this tournament.
So as Gehring gets the goal, should be Schramm, maybe Ponto as well.
And Sioux Center goes, what do we have to do to win a game?
So it is Sioux Falls 2 that wins it 5-4 in overtime. We'll come back. We'll have our post-game show. We'll talk to our player of the game. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, on a KSCR, on KKQQ, and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
As we welcome you back here and into the post-game show. It is a win for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers as they win it 5-4 in overtime. Jim Lloyd is standing by with our player of the game as he has Cooper Gehring.
All right, we are down in the Sioux Falls bench here with our South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association player of the game, Cooper Gehring. Not very hard to pick this one. Cooper, nice shot at the end of the game.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about, as you came down the ice, what you saw out in front of you.
Well, I saw the pass. I saw I had to go wide. I saw the wide side of the open net. I was like, I got to shoot it there. I shot it, hit the top of the glove, and went in.
So when you came down, you knew where you were going.
Yeah. I saw the spot. I was like, I got to go there. It's the only one open. I have to.
Cooper, you're a senior on this team, and you go on to one more game in the senior year.
Yeah. It's a little bit sad that's coming to an end, but I don't know. Getting that game-winning goal is worth it, I guess.
Yeah, it does make it worth it. What are you going to do when this is over?
I don't know. I might play some college hockey, not like professional, but some intramural sports, and yeah, might ref a little bit too.
You have a school picked out?
Yeah, SDSU.
All right, SDSU. Cooper Gehring winning this one in overtime. He's going to SDSU, and he's going to remember this one for a while. Back up to you guys.
All right, it's a 5-4 win in overtime for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers as they beat the Sioux Center Storm. And John Wickler alongside Jeff Anderson as the Watertown Lakers Aberdeen Cougars can be coming up here in just a little bit. What a first game here today.
Yes, Dirk Fornwald had a couple of goals in that game today as far as Sioux Falls 2 was concerned. He also had an assist. And how about DeJager, who had 3 assists in this game for Sioux Center. And I kind of thought like maybe toward the end of the game he might get to be the player of the game. Didn't turn out that way, but DeJager with 3 assists and Fornwald with 2 goals and an assist, but it was Gehring that got the winning goal as far as Sioux Falls 2 is concerned. So they move into the Consolation Championship tomorrow. That's a 9:05 game. And of course, coming up shortly, we'll have Watertown taking on Aberdeen in our next game this afternoon, with the loser going home and the winner meeting again Sioux Falls 2 tomorrow for the Consolation Championship. What a way to start the day.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
2 overtimers the first 2 days.
That's right. The first game in each of our 2 days have been in overtime, and unfortunately for Sioux Center, they're on the wrong end of both of those overtime games as they go 0-2 in the tournament and will find their way back home here going into now Sunday, where Sioux Falls 2, again, as Jeff just said, the winner of Watertown Aberdeen will face the winner winner of Watertown and Aberdeen now will face Sioux Falls 2 in the Consolation Championship tomorrow. And that game coming up, it'll be just a little after 2:05. It will be closer to maybe 2:30, but we'll be back on the air here in about 10 minutes or so. We'll have that second game for you between Watertown and Aberdeen. Jeff will have the call. Jeff Anderson will have the call for that one on Capital City Rock, KSDR, on a KKQQ, and on Capital City Rock. So final score for this one, it is a win for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers in overtime. Cooper Gehrig, the hero for Sioux Falls 2, as he picks up the win on the overtime winner as they win it 5-4. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes on Capital City Rock, on a KSDR, on a KKQQ, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
You've been listening to the 2022 Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, and the Ramcoda. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Hockey Headquarters, and the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce. And also by Becky Potsuba, State Farm Insurance, Hermanson Endodontics, Sunmasters of Pierre, and the University of Jamestown. The Boys Varsity State Hockey Tournament is also brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, Renke Gray Wealth Management, the Fieldhouse of Pierre, and Kubota. Join us all weekend for more exciting boys varsity hockey action. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.